Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Luminous Cosmetics. Renee here, going to walk you through absolutely everything that you need to know about airbrushing from start to finish. So from the moment you grab your kit from the mailbox, what do? We're going to open up that kit. We're going to talk about what comes in your airbrush system, and we are going to talk about how to use it. So if you notice, I do have some makeup on, and we're going to talk through that. But let's get started by introducing your airbrush system right here. This is our stylus. Love this guy, and this is going to be doing all of the work for you. So let's walk through what your stylus is, how to use it, how to hold it, what to do with it, and then we're going to go ahead and continue to work on this look that we have going on here, starting with why my face is two different colors. We're going to talk about all of that. So I hope that you are joining us today. And if you are, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Turn on those notifications because we don't want you to miss a thing. Also, if you are joining us, please say hey in the comments. We want to see you. We want to talk to you. We've got an awesome community here of amazing people that are just coming live with us every day, chatting it up and asking questions, because that's the fun part of having a live session. So if you notice, we said we're going to talk about airbrushing and prepping your skin for summer makeup. So that's partly what I have going on here. We're going to talk about powders and reducing some of that breakthrough oil and how we can use powders. But let's get into the fun part, and that is airbrushing. And we're going to use this as a demo piece. So let's talk about the steps. This is your stylus. You want to hold that like a pen. This little wiggle right here is our trigger. That's going to release our product. In here is our foundation well. We have a lid as well that's going to protect any of your products. So if you are like me and talk with your hands, you don't have to worry about your product going everywhere. So let's do a quick demo here. I'm just going to use one of our foundation shades, and this is just 060. Shaking this one up, and we're going to put that product in our airbrush system. And we're going to just get started feeling with air. Now, you might be saying, okay, you say get started with air, but you just put foundation in there. Absolutely. We're just going to feel that air on our skin. And if you notice, I'm not touching the trigger. I'm just feeling the air. If I'm not pulling back on the trigger, I'm not letting the product out. And that is exactly what we're doing, getting used to feeling it with air. Now, if you have used other kind of makeup before, if you used a brush, a sponge, any other kind of applicator, you might be thinking this feels a little different. And you know what? It does, and it's okay because it should. So get used to that feeling on your skin with the air, always keeping that stylus moving, staying 4 fingers from your skin. And I have been showing people when I've been going live, doing this side view so you can see exactly how far I am from my skin. Hard to see that way. Let me turn it this way so you can see. But I'll take that banner off there when we practice. And we want to barely pull back on that trigger when we're ready to go. Now, how do you get used to doing your makeup like this? Best way to do it, and I promise you it sounds weird, is first practice on a piece of paper. So we said stay about 4 fingers width away, barely pull back on that trigger. So I'm going to turn it this way. And we want to keep that stylus moving. So as you can see, we're building coverage a little bit at a time. Can you see that? All right, versus if we come too close, see how that adds a lot more product? Or if we're packed too much, it's kind of all over the place. When we're right about that sweet spot, about 4 fingers away, we get that beautiful, even, natural coverage. All right. So we're going to show a little bit of prep that we can do. And we do have our traditional concealers. These are our Nude Illusion concealers. And I'm going to do a little bit of concealer under this eye to match this eye. And I did choose a color that's lighter than my skin, and I did that on purpose because I want a highlighted look. And then we're going to go into a really fun prep for summer foundation. And that's using powder before we do our foundation. So I'm just going to buff this in with a damp sponge just for coverage. And that really reduces that amount of product and softens that into the skin. Now, what's really cool about doing airbrush foundation is that we can, let me get closer up onto the under eye. What we can do with airbrush foundation is we can actually do a beautiful layer. Oh my goodness, where did it go? Hold please, I'll be right back. Just kidding, it is right here under my nose. I have an amazing translucent powder. I swear it was right here. It disappeared. During my lunch break, it has grown its own, there it is. It grew legs. Okay, so here it is, our translucent powder. Hi, no, I didn't. I only did concealer first. So I just did our Nude Illusion concealer, Jeannie, underneath. Hey there, Candy. And we're going to do the powder. This is what you're here for, Jeannie. We're going to do the powder underneath of our we're going to do it underneath our airbrush. So because I'm going to help with any of the oil breakthrough, any of that breakdown of the sweat, I'm going to put this on underneath. So I'm prepping my skin with the powder. And our translucent powder is so beautiful. It blurs pores. It just smudges everything out. If that's even a word, it smudges. Okay. Let's smudge. All right, we're going to do a little bit. Hi, Patty. We're going to do a little bit of our foundation now. So I did the concealer underneath. Jeannie, I know that you're asking questions about what we've done so far. I did the concealer underneath because I really wanted to get a little bit more drama, and I wanted to put that on before I did my foundation. So I'm going to do the 3030 with just 2 drops here of the 040. There we go, to create my own foundation. But guys, I did concealer first. There we go, gonna bubble it up, mixing it all together. I did concealer first, so I'm not gonna need a ton of foundation here. All right, let's get it going. So we're just going to use the application that we used here on the demo. Jeannie, you did miss the demo, but I know you've seen it a million times. We did the demo. I'm just going to blend out on top. We're demoing on top of our powder because our powder is going to keep us soft and matte underneath. Giving us that even tone top to bottom. Don't forget the nose. Don't forget the nose. So like I said, I'm going to demo this way so you can see how we are staying far enough away from the skin. All right, guys. I mean, we have completely flawless skin now, ready to go in and add the next layers. Now, don't worry. I'm going to get into blush first. I mean, blush, but I do want to do just a tiny bit of contouring first. There we go. Thanks, Candy and Jeannie. You put it where you need it. If your T-zone is what gets oily, I mean, we can see I've got a pretty nice flat finish. And by flat, I mean matte. I don't mean dull. But we can definitely get that evenness by adding that extra soft layer of powder underneath to help block any of that oily. And then I'm just going to tap whatever powder's left over the surface. And now we're going to get into just a light contour using our Cut 1 palette and going in with the cappuccino is what I like to start with. And then I'm going to use our 110 blending brush. And I like to hit up my chin a little bit. Jeannie, if you also get super oily, you can use the matte foundation as well as this technique if you want something that's going to help keep you a little bit more matte, even if you just put that in your T-zone. Look at that sculpting. Huge difference side by side, right, guys? I'm going to take a little bit of the hot chocolate just for a little bit of depth and dimension around my forehead. And that's what's great about a palette that has a lot of options, because you can really play with what results and what colors you like versus having to just pick one product. You can play and see what finish you like, what depth you like, all of the above. So this is really getting your skin nice and prepped for summer. We have layered that powder underneath for just beautiful mattification. I'm telling you, Jeannie, this is the silk. It is all about playing with it and just trying different order. Like seriously, it's really cool. It's really giving me life right now. Have you used these concealers as well? These concealers, woo, winky wink winks. It's coming together. I'm loving. Who'd have thought? I look like a crazy person when I started this live, but look what we got going on now. All right, let's add tulip. Add some tulip blush. Also, guys, that we do sometimes skip here. We do have our highlighting here, and I'm just going to use a fluffy brush here with some of this flat white. So I have a little extra highlight there. Guys, highlight doesn't have to be shimmer. I feel like I want to take my hair down and flip it. All right, just gonna buff all of that in. If you're new to the channel, if you haven't said hey yet, say hey. We love saying hey to new friends. We're just gonna go ahead and do the blush now in the tulip that I was looking good from earlier. I'm gonna link the video that we did this eye with, or at the end of this video, if you're catching the replay, that you can check us out and check out the eye look that we did earlier. I really like it. I think it turned out great. All right, we're gonna do a little bit of tulip. Tulip blush, my favorite. It's like a it is a true pink. It's got a blue to it. I feel like I just might want to repeat this look at the 4 o'clock. See, Jeannie, concealer isn't only for dark circles or quote unquote bags. I don't really have a heavy dark under eye, but it just turns the level of your makeup application. It just turns it up, in my personal opinion. Guys, I'm digging this look for sure. Oh, and then with the hair down, guys can't tell me nothing on this rainy Monday. All right, guys. Oh, Jeannie, you're gonna love this combo. Having that underneath what we did, in case you're just joining us, Jeannie on here, she's an amazing viewer and Luminous lover and Luminous sister. She asked me about layering and preventing like that sweat breakthrough, that oily breakthrough. And we did a reverse, which is so unique to Luminous and our products, which is putting powder under your foundation. So what we did first was we prepped our skin with a little bit of concealer under the eye. Then we set the whole face with powder. Then we did the airbrush. And then we added a little bit of powder contour. I think we're going to play with the blush just a little bit more. And then because it wouldn't be our airbrush session if we did not end it with love. All right, we need a little love on this one. Because although, so Jeannie says that she gets her oily, comes in her T-zone. So Jeannie, for you, you might want to skip the love in your T-zone. So you can do that. But I want a little love in my cheeks because I feel like I always look a little better with a little love. See, look at that. Love. Yeah, so just a little love on the cheeks for me. Now, if that's your goal, like if you get oilier in your cheeks, maybe you don't want to do that. And then just a little bit of that love on the cheeks. I mean, that is just for me where it's at. All right, everybody. That was super fun. A really great way to step up your summer makeup and prepping your skin for summer. Also adding a little bit of dimension, loving that we can really just take control of our product, which is so unique to airbrushing. We can put it in whatever order we want, really just owning the product. I mean, straight out. So what we're going to do on the next live, if you're tuning in, loving that I'll probably repeat this because I think that this is really helpful for a lot of people. So I might just repeat this step, but you know what? Maybe I'll put my blush underneath as well. Maybe even the contour underneath and do the contour and the blush airbrush. That's for sure. We'll do that next. And then we will do a lip. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate all of your time. Hope that you get a better understanding about your airbrush system. Always check in with us. We are here 8, 10, 12, 2, and 4 every Monday through Thursday. And then on Friday, we're here at 8 and 10 a.m. We appreciate your time and appreciate you being here with us. And then we are going to, I'll see you soon. All right, guys. Thanks so much, and we'll see you later.